morning. Welcome back or welcome to Yoga with Ciara. It's day 27 of Powerful. And this cold I've been kind of wandering along with for a few days is settling in a little bit deeper. So today we're going to do floor work, deep twists of the chest, and then deep hip work. And then there was something else I planned as well. We'll find out what I planned as we move along. So come lie on your back to begin with, and we shall start. Come. So your knees are bent and your feet are flat on the floor. And just find the back of your spine on the floor. Find the length of you on the floor. And then slowly just begin to sway your knees from side to side. And as you sway your knees from side to side, just feel into your belly, into your hips. And so as you rock from side to side, how does the weight of your legs pull your hips and pelvis to each side? So almost like let your legs travel like a parallelogram and then let your hips follow. So let your legs fall and then let your hips follow. Let your legs fall and then let your hips follow, so that there's this mobility between your hips and your pelvis. So come back to center and then only send your legs and don't let your pelvis move. And then only send your legs and don't let your pelvis move. So I'm actually resisting the movement. Bear, come on, choo-choo. Resisting the movement by keeping my pelvis flat on the floor, but I'm swaying my knees one way, and I'm kind of not pushing, but I'm leaning into my legs traveling one way, but my pelvis isn't moving. And then I'm leaning into my legs traveling the other way, but my pelvis is not moving. So just feel that as your pelvis travels from side to side. How do you keep your pelvis? Oh no, your hips travel from, no, as your knees travel from side to side. How do you keep your pelvis on the floor? Nice. Now keep your knees steady and just move your pelvis. So my legs are staying where they are, and I've lifted one hip off the floor and then the other hip off the floor. So I always feel like this is a bit like walking. So keeping your feet flat on the floor, keeping your knees more or less where they are. Lift one bum off the floor and then lift the other bum off the floor. And notice how this moves something into the deep of your hips. It moves something into the belly. It connects you into the shape and the bones of your pelvis. What's she up to? Nice, cool. So draw your right knee up towards you, squeeze it in, pause there. And just let the deep of your back settle into the floor. Hey, dude, come on. Let the deep of your back settle into the floor as you pull your knee towards you. Hey, come. Bear, come. Dude, stay. Great. Squeeze your knee in. And then change legs. Draw the left knee up towards you. She's eating a set of headphones at the moment, so I'm trying not to let that happen. Squeeze the other knee up towards you, hold it in, and just feel that, settle into that, deepen into that. Oh yes, I remembered the other thing that we're going to do. Nice. And then bring both feet up and commit to happy baby. So your two feet are bent, two knees are bent, and you're holding on behind your knees, and you're just drawing your knees down towards your shoulders. And just roll your ankles in big circles. As you roll your ankles in big circles, feel that in your knees. Notice the movement even into your hips. Nice. Point your toes, flex your feet. Point your toes, flex your feet. And then what does straightening your legs seem, where do your legs end up for you? Bend your knees, straighten your legs, bend your knees. And you're really going out and wide. So the aim is almost like, so I'm pulling on the backs of my knees, and I'm going to hold on to my feet and pull my feet towards the floor, or whatever version of that you do. Hey, there. Wide. Pull your knees in. Nice. Bring both feet to the floor. Pause. Just let all that settle. Nice. So bring your knees together and then roll over onto your left side to begin with, and interlock your fingers behind the back of your head, and then bring both elbows towards each other. And just look down and see that your knees are directly in front of your hips and that your feet are at a 90-degree angle to that. So there's this sense of, like, if I lift my head, I can see my feet down beyond my knees. Okay. And you've interlocked your fingers behind the back of your head, or you're holding the sides of your head. See which one suits you. Okay. And then bring your elbows towards each other. And now slowly open that right elbow backwards towards the floor behind you. And then bring your elbows back together. Open your elbows back behind you. Back together. So as we do this, we're opening the pectoral muscle, which is the deep front muscle of your chest. And we're also using the rhomboids. Rhomboids are the deep muscles that pull your shoulder blade towards your spine, and then millions of other muscles as well. Your intercostals, all these amazing muscles of the serratus, latissimus dorsi, all these just incredible muscles of the side of your torso. Next time your elbow goes backwards, pause. Hopefully your head is resting on the floor, because otherwise your neck will get tired. And maybe your elbow's a bit high, maybe wherever it is, just let your right elbow drop. And just imagine that you can sink your shoulder blades a bit deeper towards the floor, and you're widening the back of your body. Nice. Come back and bring both elbows towards each other. This time, bring your right hand into lawnmower and pull your elbow backwards like that, and then reach your right hand forward. So now it's a different set of muscles we're using. Elbow comes backwards. It's more the rotator cuff that we're using, which is the deep shoulder muscle of the arm. So reaching forward, pull your elbow back into lawnmower. Forward, pull your elbow back. Nice, cool. Now reach your right arm long overhead and reach your right leg long. So my hand is on the floor, my head is on the floor, and I'm actually going to bring my left arm up. So I'm resting on my left arm deeply, because we're now supporting our head with our arm. Okay. So draw your right elbow, right knee together, and then reach long, as super long as you can. And I'm reaching with my right leg as far out as I can. So I'm trying to touch the wall way down. And I feel the sense of my rib cage, my waist, my hips moving. Okay. And then bend your elbow, bend your knee, bring them together. And long, super long. And the focus is on the long of your leg. So my leg is reaching, it's pulling. It's even pulling that my waist has lifted off the floor. My ribs have lifted off the floor a little bit. Elbow to your knee. Long, super long. Point into your toes. And one more time. Elbow to your knee. Super long. Wonderful. So bring your right hand to your hip and bring your two knees together. And now I'm really resting my head on my arms so my neck is comfortable. So in the beginning, keeping your feet together, how wide apart can you bring your knees? And feel the effort to bring your knees wide. Like it's like I'm working here. Bring your knees together and then lift your foot as high as it'll go. And notice how your bum and your pelvis is moving forward towards the space in front of you. So try that again. Feet together, lift your knees as high as you can. And then knees together, lift your foot as high as you can. And just begin to travel. Knee lifts. And then foot lifts. Knee lifts. I'm always amazed at the end of a range. I'm like, what's stopping me lifting my knee anymore? Like what would I have to strengthen to lift my knee more there? It's like, I have no idea. So drop it down, pause a moment. And now bring your right foot to your left knee. Bring your right foot to your right foot, left foot. Bring your knee to your knee. Bring your knee to your foot. Bring your foot to your foot. So foot to knee, and then spiral your leg, knee to knee, knee to foot to knee to knee, knee to foot. Again, foot to foot, foot to knee to foot. Nice. And then just let your knee rest and pause. Super. The last one of these is try and bring your knee as far forward as you can so it moves forward. And then try and bring your knee as far back as you can. So I'm sliding my right thigh forward. I'm going to bring my right hand to the floor in front of me. And then I'm sliding my right knee back. And so right knee as far forward as it goes, right knee back. Wow, that's really connecting. There's a deep muscle called the piriformis. That's my piriformis. How's your piriformis right now? Nice. Come all the way back to center, pause. Great. So I'm going to turn the other way around. So I'm looking at the camera. Nice. So bring your thighs together, drop down onto your right side, and bring your hands either side of your head. Bring both elbows together and have your knees at a 90-degree angle. And then draw your left elbow back. And then bring your left elbow forward. And left elbow back. And left elbow forward. Left elbow back. It's very interesting having a wonky voice. I feel very well. I feel really well. Just have a wonky voice. Elbow back. And then pause there with your elbow back. Your head is on the floor. And now widen and bring weight into the spine, into the space between your shoulder blades. Imagine that you can draw your rib cage backwards and that there's more connection between your shoulder blades on the floor. Nice. Come back to center. And now reach the left elbow, no, a left hand forward, and then pull your left elbow back into lawnmower. How far back does your elbow go? And now this is a different set of muscles. The last one was opening the chest. This is a little bit of opening chest, but it's more your actual arm muscles that are working more, the rotator cuff. Pull your elbow back and reach it forward. Pull your elbow back and reach it forward. Nice. Next one, bring your arm overhead, stretch your leg long and reach as long as you can. And bring your right arm under your head so your neck is supported. Reach your left leg as long as you can and really reach like your leg is pulling you away. And then elbow to your knee. Stretch your leg long, feel the pull. And then elbow to your knee. Long. Pause there. Super, super long. Foot is floating. Arms are long. Super, super long. And then come back. Both knees together, both feet together, hand on your hip. Lift your knee. Work it. Oh, nice. Lift your foot. Lift your knee. Notice what's happening when I focus on the front of my belly, I actually feel like I get more powerful. Whereas if I'm focusing on just the knee, it tends to be disconnected. Whereas if I'm really feeling the front deep of my belly, and even if I'm feeling the hip that's on the ground, I tend to have a bigger range when I do this. Nice. Now, Lift your knee so that your foot's on your foot, and then bring your foot to your knee to knee, knee to foot, foot to foot, foot to knee to knee to foot to foot, foot to knee to knee to foot to foot, foot to knee. One more time. Knee to foot, foot to foot, foot to knee. Nice. Bring your knees together. Last one. Bring your left hand to the floor in front of you. Slide your knee as far forward as you can, and then slide your knee as far back as you can. And my feet are actually staying together as I do this. You can move the whole thing, but actually I find that the stability of keeping my feet together. Wow, there's the piriformis again. That pain in your bum right now, that's your piriformis. If you didn't know where it was before, you know where it is now. Great, one more time. Wow, it's so intense. Then come all the way to land on your back. Cool. Pause. Nice. So coming up to sit. Bring your feet wide. Nice. And then bend your left knee and just check that out. How is it to bend your left knee? How does that feel in your knee, in your foot, in your bum, in your back? Stretch your leg long and then bend the right knee. Bum, knee, foot. Get a sense of that. And so we're checking things out. We're going, how are you today? And then bend your right foot so your foot slides behind you. You're looking at the heel of your foot. Come back. And then bend your knee so your left foot comes up behind you. So I've leaned towards the right as my left foot comes up. Do that again. Lean towards the left, bend your right foot up. And my right foot, I could float my foot in the air, and I'm pulling my foot up towards my bum. And there's loads of balance happening in my torso right now. And then other side, over towards the right with your torso, and bring your left foot up. Oh, wow, I don't have much balance on this side. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that before. Now you're going to do those two movements together. It turns into a zigzag. So both knees bend. Come back. Both knees bend. Come back. We could try floating our legs in the air as we do it. What does that do? Or even, wow, yeah, that's pretty intense. You could bring your hand to the floor, float your legs. Hand to the floor, float your legs. So then bend both knees so that your two knees are pointing towards the left. And then bring your belly down over that left thigh. So if you like pigeon, you can stretch your back leg long and rock into pigeon from here. So you stretch your right leg long and you lean down into that leg. If you're modifying because of anything to do with your foot, your knee, your hip, your lower back, then stay in zigzag and come forward. If that's too much, then just come up and find a way to lean forward over the left leg. Okay. So we're just going left. Whatever version of going left you choose to do right now. I'm coming into pigeon. Feels very nice. There's pigeonites out there. So there's Ali and there's Catherine who just love pigeon. It's like when I do pigeon, I'll get a little text of a little pigeon. Oh yeah, so yesterday I asked, what keeps you here? I got some amazing texts off people. You know, there's this, as I read it, I really got a sense that these people had created the ground for wellness in their lives, and it was like a fundamental part of their day. It was just, it's what I do. I move for 20 minutes. Somebody said it was like breathing. It just was like what they did in the day. And if they didn't do it in the morning, then they would find the space in the day to do it. I love it. So bend both knees towards the right, lean down over that right leg, and either stay here in zigzag or lengthen your back leg long, or modify in whatever way that your right knee needs. So remember, knees don't forgive well, even nicely. They're just go really gently with your knees, always listening, always paying attention. Nothing sharp, nothing popping, just wellness, steadily, smoothly, slowly. Nice. Come all the way back up. Bring your feet wide and come forward. And so I wasn't in the river this morning. I decided that I wouldn't do a cold plunge, but I was taking the temperature the other day. It's now it was 7 degrees in my river the other day, and so the sea at the moment is 11 degrees. And so when I go down to the sea is warm. I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. The river is so cold, so cold. But it's such a beautiful moment in my day. It's a bit like some of you with the yoga. It's like it's such a fundamental part of my morning to meet the deep of me in the cold. Wiggle your toes, maybe lean a little bit more forward, wiggle, find your way of just lengthening, reaching, opening. Nice. Come lie on your back. Come lie all the way down. Knees are bent, feet are flat on the floor. Just rock your knees from side to side. And just feel the sense of, as you rock your knees from one side to the other, there is a sense of ease, maybe a sense of connection. At the very beginning of the class, we began with that movement. Has it changed as we've moved through the deep of our hips? Very awesome. That was lovely. Thanks for joining me. Very, very nice. I actually feel a huge amount better than I sound. Um, so I will see you all tomorrow for the last day of Powerful. Yeah, really, it's really, I've moved into such a deep place with my yoga in this month in my own practice. It's been really fascinating. Um, and I'm feeling really honored and privileged to be here with you. Thank you so much for giving me 20 minutes of your day, for giving you 20 minutes of your day with me. So I'll see you all tomorrow. Thanks for joining me and have a fantastic day. Oh, we made up a new word the other day. It was fabutiful. And for me, that sounds really Connemara. Oh, that's so fabutiful. So have a fabutiful day and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.